Hi guys. Attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, or ADHD, is one of the most common neurobehavioral disorders within the American population today. There are a wide variety of symptoms or characteristics of this disorder, including fidgeting, lack of focus, not being able to listen, interrupting others, talking way too much, or just not being on task in general. One of the most common ways we can help as teachers in helping with this disorder is by taking time to sit down one-on-one with the student. I know that during my FFA and SAE projects, these students that I have in my class, I break it down for them. I make it a lot simpler for them, and I do a one-on-one type of lesson or list with them and their parents as well. So it's not the whole big chunk. I don't say you need to buy your animal, you need to go buy feed, you need to do this on a daily basis. I don't break up the whole year for their project as one, or the whole FFA season at one time. I sit down maybe bi-monthly with the parent and the student, and I sit down and talk about what actually needs to get done. So maybe for the 2 weeks prior to fair, I'll sit down and say, okay, registration forms are already in. This is what you need to get ready for the fair itself. I know one of my rabbit students loved it when I did that with him, and so did his parents. They liked it a whole heck of a lot. I sat down and I said, okay, Zach, this is what you need. You need this for your tack box. You need this much feed for the fair, since we have a required amount of space we're allowed to have, and you need these few things. You don't need to go out and buy the farm kind of thing. You just need to break it up for them as easy as possible. Doing this list thing and bi-monthly idea was great. It allowed the parents to see what needed to be done, and they could actually ask for the parents themselves could ask for the stuff ahead of time. Sitting down with the student one-on-one or with his parents was great, because I got to sit down with him at lunch and after school. And at lunch I could see that he was more on task and more focused because there wasn't as many distractions around. I have a very small classroom. Most of you guys would call it a closet if you were to actually sit in on it. But it's really easy to sit down with him one-on-one and he can't have any distractions around him. And it was really beneficial for him. FFA field days were kind of hectic this season because he'd want to go see and do everything, but we'd have to keep it, Zach, remember what we talked about? We have to do these few things first before we can go out and actually go exploring or whatnot. So I think if you break it down in smaller chunks, and it makes it more meaningful to the student, because they can focus on, those 3 things instead of those 25 things that need to get done. It makes it more beneficial for them and you, and saves you a huge headache. All right, guys, I'll see you next week.